Don't look like it moved at all. This might be a little sketchy.
You are now watching Farming with Duffy Ag.
Welcome back to the channel. So, another day of, some projects, some putting things together. A lot of places like New York. Talked to Dylan Clark on my way in. He's like, dude, it's like 70. People are right into dirt work. Yeah, it might be 50, maybe a little over 50. And it rained most of the day, so I'm not in a rush to get in the fields, get stuck, have a headache. I think we'll be in a good place, hopefully this spring, where we can really move along quickly and efficiently. So, but that doesn't mean that I can just take a day off and hang out and party and whatnot. It means we got to keep moving, get this ready. So, plans for today. I got to figure out this back pump. What I'm going to do here. We got to figure that out. We got light bulbs to get, which we took apart previously. Tomorrow morning, gonna do cables, go get cables and get some hydraulic line made. We're gonna put whichever one is, this one goes to the opening. We're gonna put a T in it with a ball valve so we can turn it off, run it up, and go over and reverse it. So when this shuts, we can open those and it will open it so that if we have an emergency, we can pressurize and shut one side and open or shut it. When this shuts, that shuts. Yes, that's more like it. That way, if there's an emergency, we can open those ball valves, have this shut, pressurize it, so it shuts itself. Because times you use that is when there's a problem here and you just don't want all your manure dumped in the same spot. So we'll get that figured out. I'm thinking as much as I'm telling you guys what's going on. So pump that. Did order 4 more meters and firmers today. Brittany's hooking it up down at Binkley and Hurst, so she's my old housemate. We're gonna put 2 batteries on this side, probably put 2 on the other side, so I gotta draw out what I need for cables. I currently disconnected everything, so if you watched the previous video, I battled that for quite a while, but it is negative ground now, and everything is hooked up properly. Voltage gauge got fried in the making of that, I think, which I don't know if that's a common issue, but I got 2 ordered, one for this truck and one for the other semi or other Mac. But we got to get some cables made up. Yeah, we can slap 2 batteries here. I've put some thought into how I'm going to run power back to there. I might run a cable off these. If I got 4 batteries on the truck, good charging, that's kind of what I'm thinking. That way it's one less thing back here, and then we can easily make this all nice, just run cables to it. So that's my plan. But alrighty, let's dive into today, see what we can do with this pump. Tell everybody hello. Yeah. Alrighty, here we go. So I am gonna pump, wow, I am going to pull this pump off of here and we will see. Yeah, I've come to the realization this is never gonna go back on that Mac. I'll find a nice body, something longer, like 44,000, 4,500. This is a 2750, I believe it is. I believe that's what it was rated for. But yeah, it got me into manure hauling. That's really what this did. So let's pull this off. We gotta take the clip It's got a double chain on it with a sprocket, so we got to take the clip off. We got to take the sprocket off the pump side. Then we slide the pump out. Got to loosen the hoses, and we will see if it bolts up. Here's my concerns. So there's many different pumps that equal out to the same size, or same layout, but the displacement of how much fluid it takes to turn it, the torque, the max revolutions, that's all different between each one. The ideal pump, the one that came off it, like 2200, it's a 112 1068, I think it is. So best revolutions, best displacement to get the best turns to make it pump. There's some cheaper ones. The one that Hainsworth said to look at, they were supposed to call me back and they never did, which I don't know. I'll give them a call tomorrow. I still need a spread plate for that. So they told me a 112 1064 instead of a 1068, which I saw that pump too. That one's like $1,200 just for the pump, and the displacement's a little bit, takes more displacement or more fluid to actually turn it. But then there's some that are like $600, $660, I think I saw it. I forget what size that is now. A 66 or 68. Okay, everything's blended together. But it takes double the displacement of the best pump. So it would mean that with the same amount of fluid going through it, it would turn half as much, I think is what it means. My concern with that is spreading. When you're nursing, it doesn't matter. If it takes 30 seconds longer to unload, that's fine. Spreading, you can only go so slow. That truck in low gear goes pretty slow, so I think I'll be okay. Plus the spout or the spread area is lower than usual, so it will be less of a width to cover, which would mean more product in that area. That's what I'm thinking. But I do not, there's some numbers on the back of this pump. I don't know what they actually mean because they don't make any sense, and I don't know if this pump is going to line up or not, so we're going to pull it off and see. That's really where we're at. So I got it most of the way out. Now it wants to spin some. Stuff was just locked up a little bit. But that's fought me all the way across. Which, there we go. So, double roll chain just connects two gears to each other. And now we gotta pop these apart. But clearly, it hasn't been apart in quite some time. But just a good way of connecting stuff together. But that chain's been on there for a damn long time. So I've never messed with any of this other than I checked the oil in it like once. So I would figure there's an Allen wrench in there, but it doesn't look like it. Oh, what the hell's going on in there? It does feel like there's one. Never mind, I lied. Okay. There is a, at least in this one. We'll have to spin it around and check the other one. And it actually came loose pretty decent. Take it all the way out. That way we know it's definitely not holding up on us. Okay, there's one. Go to that other hole. Let's see what it's got in there. I don't feel anything in there. I don't know. Doesn't feel like there's anything down in there. No, there's no edges. But everything's fought us up until now, so why not fight us with everything, right? We'll just clean these out, make sure there's not one drilled in. That is not coming off there. It's been on there for quite a while. Usually when you're trying to take these apart, it's because you're replacing the pump. What we're trying to do is save the pump. And the hole's not big enough to slide the gears out of that. Otherwise, I'd say we'll pull it. We'll slide it out and then pull it with a puller. And I don't want to heat that and then ruin the seal. And then I don't even know if this is going to work. We might be wasting all our time, but we're just going to plasma cut the edges of this because we're not going to use this again. If we did, we could rebuild all that, but it ain't. Yep, this will go scrapping it. Here we have it. So we cut it. I don't think we burned any seals out. Let's see if the puller will pull it. That is on there. Don't look like it moved at all. This might be a little sketchy. Yeah, that's a little sketchy. Give it a try. Gotta go get some heat. So, Mr. Flags showed up as I was working on this. We're gonna go bring it up to the torches, heat that up a little bit.
All right, why don't you try a little bit more of that, and because we don't want to get any more heat than we have to in there.
Yeah, it actually moved quite a bit.
There, Sean. Okay, whoa. We don't want to egg that shaft. Oh, that just popped then,
Yep.
didn't it? Try it some more there. nut just fell out of your.
Did it? Oh, it's bending too. That's even good.
There you go.
There it is.
There you go. So. Okay.
Yep.
Feet out of the way.
Feet are out of the way.
Not far enough.
Bingo.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
If it doesn't bolt up to this one, at least it fits my other one, and I got a spare, because those are $900, $1,000 a piece. So success. Little help from Mr. Flags hooking it up. So we got a pump off. Clean up some of the mess. Hopefully it doesn't leak. It didn't really leak when I took it off, or when we stopped using it. Like, it still ran, but if it gets me a season, it gets me a season. The thing I'm running into is availability of the pumps. People who want to sell them even if they have them. And price. But we'll go back out back, put this in, see if it works. If it doesn't, we'll put it on the shelf, and we'll have it for the other trailer as a spare. So both these trailers are the same, or those pumps should be the same design. The difference is the guts and inside of it. So alrighty, pop off our protective, very protective cardboard. I'm amazed that it's actually survived. That went through snow and rain. What else did it go through? Ran down the highway, and we actually still have some oil in there. So this is, well, like an oil bath, but you got your sight glass in between. So as you see, there's oil right there. So right now it's not much oil, but you fill it up, you want it halfway, and you know, you can look at it quickly and know that your bearings aren't going to get smoked in there. Clean up any dirt. Then we gotta put some sealant. Now we gotta scrape that off a little bit. Oh, brake clean in the freaking cuts. Woo. Alrighty. Put my door off, and probably shouldn't have. No, we'll take this gasket, we'll leave it off for a little bit. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Still got to do some stuff here. Still got to do some stuff up there. Don't worry. So if you see something that's not done yet, I probably know, but you can leave a comment anyways, and I'll verify if I know or not. Gloves. Oh yeah. Woo! Gonna put some silicone around that though first. Do we have more silicone? Uh-oh. We might be out of silicone. Forgot that. We all did. Well, it's on there, it fits. I'll have to grab some silicone. Should have bought 3 packets. I think I only bought 2 last time. We'll put the bolts in. That's cool. Just as long as it spins it well, otherwise we gotta reevaluate what we have on for a pump here. And that will just mean spending money, but if we can make it through a season or 2, well, yeah, if I can make it so that it's happy spreading for a little bit, that would be ideal. Yeah, so as long as this works to some degree, we'll be good for a while. Maybe we'll update our pumps and have some faster spinning pumps at some point. But currently, in the market that it is and availability of it, we're just not. I am not spending $2,000 plus on a hydraulic pump unless I am pumping 10, 12, 15 million gallons. Pumping 2 million to spend that just doesn't add up. So, alrighty, it's getting later. Yeah, that fought me. Everything's fighting me. So these batteries, junk. I gotta get my cables off on both sides, and we're gonna pull them. I gotta label them. We gotta figure out exactly. So then tomorrow I'll run over there. I'll have them make me cables. I am kind of thinking, well, by the time this video comes out, either I've done it or I've not. So I'm kind of thinking about running that back off these batteries and just running a cord back. If I'm gonna put 4 batteries up here, put a connection in between, run the cord back, and then hook it right to it. That's kind of what I'm thinking. The draw on these actual, like the draw of this isn't that great. It's not a huge pump, nothing like that. Ain't gonna be anything crazy, so. But putting a connection in between. So I gotta do some digging tonight and exactly see what I wanna do. But that's kind of what I'm thinking, that off of that side. See, I don't know. So basically these 2 here are just going to come down, battery post, and jump to the next one. That way we got 2 batteries over here, 12-volt batteries. We're not this one. We're gonna, that's been my spare. So I'll jump to the other side. I got to double check what I got over there. Okay, so here's my drawing. That side, you got your negative wire comes off the top right, 20 inches. Then you jump across to the other battery. Positive, red cable. You got 14 inches. Then you got the 7-inch jump in between the battery. We got to do both ground wires that were red. We got to switch them to black. And then once we get here, so I got, let me show you some light. Okay. Yeah. So this wire, which is your feed wire to the truck, as we saw before, yeah, that's chewed through. You can see bare wire. So that one's definitely getting changed. This one from here you ran across the other side, which I guess that makes sense, but we'll do it in a much better wire than that. So that jumps across, and then it puts power to feed all these batteries. I guess that's how it works, because then it's connected over here. But alrighty, let's see. So we got to do this wire. That is the line from the alternator up to the power supply to power everything. So that's out. We got to get the correct end for it. Get it done in red. We'll put those back on so we don't lose the nuts. Just like I still have yet to find that ground bolt that went disappear. So from here, I got this wire, which is the power supply over to the other side. So I got that, but it's also attached to, I believe it's number 6. I don't remember. Yeah, it is the front one of 6, which is, they share a loom that it goes through. And 6 is the starter switch that goes over to that 1224, what is it, series switch. I think that's the right one. Yep. So those go over to the other side. So if we pull it, ooh, yeah. Gotta sneak it down through all this stuff. There we go. And I'll have them do both wires just because these are OG wires, like the wrap and everything, which they're better. But if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it right, because I definitely would enjoy having this truck and taking it a distance. Like that would be fun. So get that other trailer. I got brakes to do on that other trailer. On that red trailer. That red trailer and this would look real good together. So at some point we got to hook that up and we got to get ready for some fertilizer spreading. But we got to get this done first. Yeah, always something. Okay. So that is disconnected. We'll get a new wire of that. I could build that little wire. But it is so much, like, we're going there for battery cables. And yeah, I borrowed the ends of the battery crimpers from Frank before because I was doing something to length. But we might as well have them do it because they do such a better job. And everybody was like, hey, you didn't solder it, you needed to do this, so we'll leave it at that. But this negative wire goes across and goes underneath. We got it disconnected now. So this is not actually a negative wire any longer. And as you see, it's set in some oil and some stuff. So this wire is actually going to be red, and it is going to have, it'll be the same length, but it will go from here to another battery after it. So that one will be good. And then we got to do the two wires here. So this red one is actually a negative. That goes up to the starter, and we're going to do the same thing where it goes from there to another battery. So we'll have two batteries on either side because we got the space, we might as well utilize it. So I got to pull that one, and I got to pull this black one here because that's actually a red one that goes to the other side. And the color coding, yeah, I could leave that one, it's black, whatever it is, but it is so much easier and better when you're diagnosing things. Your mind isn't in the right place because you're tired and things are not going well, to look at something and be like, oh, red, it's positive. Because when you're broke down on the side of the road and you're having starting issues or light issues, it's such a pain to have to do something, and we're always busy, so nothing ever happens when it's a slow period. So that is why I'm doing it. Plus they ran underneath, so they do got a little bit of rub, so we might as well do them up, get them real clean, nice, and do it that way. Yep, this is definitely a good idea. So here's our live wire that comes across from the other side. Yeah, there's quite a chunk out there. So before, when it was, well, I'm trying to think, that would have been negative touching on the frame. So that, yeah, either way that was going to be bad. So we had a bunch of chew marks, rub marks. Whew. Yeah, that would not have been good. So we got to make sure we get the right colors of what we need. I'm trying to think here. So anything that was black, this, that, is going to be red. And anything that was red is going to be black. And then these two are going to be red, which that one looks black at some point. But we're going to add doubles onto this one. And we're going to add doubles onto the other one that has an end. That one. Then the other side's short ones because that's where it makes the 24 volt from. But black. Whew. Yeah, we'll see. But from here, I guess I got to talk with them and see what their best idea is as far as running running power from the battery and ground from the battery up. We'll probably run it up and run it with all this stuff. That way it can move some. And then we'll run it over to the trailer. Because I thought about putting batteries on the trailer and feeding it all the time. But honestly, if I got 4 batteries up here, and for the amount that actually draws and takes, I don't think it's going to be worth it putting 2 more batteries, mounting them. Then literally I can mount that and figure a way to cover that power unit, that hydraulic unit. Which, yeah, somebody said a box, like put it in a box. I like that idea. Poke some holes in the top. But I don't know. We got to look at some things. But then I literally just have to run power down the side and hook it up. And then it will run all the functions. But we need a connector in between, which they make those battery connectors. I think that's going to be the best bet. So let me measure that and we'll see. Getting this figured out. Almost forgot. We need a battery kill in between the ground. So my plan is put it somewhere on the frame here. Let me see if I can get the light over here. That way it's out of the way, nothing hits it. Either utilize that hole, maybe drill a hole in between, but then the battery can go from there right over. But that's easy enough that you can, no light. That's easy enough that you can reach underneath and kill it. You don't have to pop the hood or anything like that. At the end of the day, that's what I'm figuring. Somebody the other day, and I don't know if it was on here or in one of our groups, somebody asked me how long this thing is. So from here back and then wrapped around to the pump, it's 31. So this thing's like 28. I thought it was 33 for some reason. But so 31, and then we'll go to we'll put the ends on that match that. So we need plug 31 foot. We'll tell them not to put the ends on because we got to slide it through a pipe. So that wouldn't work out. We could do the end here and slide everything back. No ends. That way we don't run into a problem where we can't fit everything through at the beginning. 8 wire question mark. I know there's been a lot of good ideas that people have been telling me. 8 wire plug question mark. But yeah, that shouldn't be that hard, right? Look at that. I'm a hell of a draw artist, by the way. I know I took art in college. Believe it or not, I was very well-rounded in college. Took a lot of history, took a lot of art. No, I took 2 classes of art. History of art and something else. But took a lot of history, took English. Still can't talk right, I guess. But look at that art. Hell of a job I did. So there's our drawing. That's what we got to get for wire and connections tomorrow to make this truck mint. A lot to think about. We're going to get the wiring done on this truck. Then we'll dive into the trailer. I got to get the lights, the bulbs, and then we can actually test what goes where, rewire it. Whew. Hopefully by this weekend, we'll be in a much better place. Having that pump on, it puts us in a great place, actually. We got to get some bolts. We got a little bit of welding left. We got to put some rubber underneath the saddle. A lot of people have said that. Good idea. Really good idea. Corn planter, I got parts coming. So, and they should be, they're on their way. So, and then we'll probably have to get some more parts after that. But alrighty, I'm going to get out of here. We got a busy day tomorrow. That is the plan. Get parts. Hopefully everything goes well. But appreciate you guys watching, liking, subscribing. I know I'm ready to go farming, but 1, it's not ready. The ground's not ready. The world's not ready. The weather's not ready. 2, we're not ready. So we got to get this done and then we'll go farming. So I appreciate everybody being patient that wants to see the farming part of Farming with Duffy. But this stuff is, it's part of it. As you're growing, as you're trying to get better at what you're doing, expanding, it's part of the farming side of it. So Alrighty. Appreciate it, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one.